Ever pondered about the possibility of World War III? Our history is stained with the devastating tales of two world wars, each leaving an indelible mark on humanity. These were periods of immense turmoil, reshaping nations and redefining global dynamics. Yet, we find ourselves in an era where the whispers of a third world war are getting louder, painting an unsettling picture. So, what might trigger this catastrophic event? Today, we journey into a hypothetical scenario of World War III. To understand how World War III might unfold, we need to look at a series of hypothetical events. Let's start with the economy. An economic collapse on a global scale could be the spark that lights the fuse. Countries suffering from severe economic downturns might resort to drastic measures to rejuvenate their economies. This could lead to tensions between nations as they scramble for resources and economic dominance. Next, we have resource scarcity. Imagine a future where clean water, arable land, and fossil fuels become scarce. This could result in fierce competition among nations, with each trying to secure these resources for their own survival. Resource scarcity has been a cause of conflicts throughout history, and it could very well be a trigger for World War III. Now let's consider territorial disputes. In an increasingly crowded world, conflicts over territories are bound to occur. Whether it's about strategic locations, natural resources, or historical claims, territorial disputes can escalate quickly, leading to full-blown wars. Moving on, we have technological advancements. As nations continue to make breakthroughs in technology, the balance of power could shift dramatically. Imagine a world where artificial intelligence, cyber warfare, and autonomous weapons become commonplace. These could potentially be used as instruments of war, further escalating tensions. Lastly, we can't ignore the role of political dynamics. Changes in leadership, shifts in alliances, the rise of extremist ideologies, these are all factors that can contribute to the outbreak of a world war. So, let's put it all together. An economic collapse could make nations desperate, resource scarcity could make them competitive. Territorial disputes could make them aggressive, technological advancements could make them powerful, and political dynamics could make them unpredictable. Each of these events could happen independently, or they could be interconnected, creating a domino effect that leads to World War III. It's a grim picture, but it's important to consider these scenarios to prevent them from becoming reality. And so, these events could potentially set the stage for World War III. No world war is a one-man show. Who could be the major players in World War III? In this grim theater of global conflict, several nations could find themselves cast in leading roles. Let's take a moment to shed some light on these potential major players. First up, we have the United States, a dominant superpower with a long history of involvement in global conflicts. Its unparalleled military might and global influence make it a key player in any potential world war scenario. Next, we have China, the world's most populous nation. With a rapidly modernizing military and an expanding global footprint, China's strategic interest could potentially trigger or escalate a global conflict. Russia, with its vast nuclear arsenal and assertive foreign policy, is another potential major player. A proud nation with a long history of military prowess, Russia's actions on the world stage could precipitate a world war. Another potential player is North Korea, an unpredictable and isolated regime with nuclear capabilities. While small in size, its potential for causing massive disruption should not be underestimated. Let's not forget the European Union, a collective of nations with significant political and economic clout. The EU's response to a global conflict could heavily influence its course and outcome. Lastly, we have the Middle East, a region fraught with tension and conflict. Any major war would likely involve this region, given its strategic importance and wealth of natural resources. These countries, with their individual interests and alliances, could be the key players in our hypothetical World War III. In the wake of such a war, what could be the potential aftermath? The aftermath of a potential Third World War could be both devastating and transformative. The human cost alone is difficult to fathom. Millions, if not billions of lives could be lost, and the social fabric of nations could be torn apart. The economic consequences would be equally staggering. The global economy, already interwoven and complex, could collapse under the strain of such a widespread conflict. Countries might find themselves isolated, their economies in shambles, and their people in dire need. In the political arena, the dynamics of power could shift dramatically. New alliances could form, old ones could crumble, and the balance of power could be altered in ways that are impossible to predict. In essence, the world as we know it could be redefined, The way we live, the way we interact, the very fabric of our societies could be forever changed. The aftermath of World War III could redefine the world as we know it. To wrap up, we've explored a potential timeline leading to World War III. We've journeyed through the chronology of events, weaving a tapestry of possibilities that could, though we sincerely hope they don't, lead to this global conflict. We've scrutinized the major players, their motivations, and their potential roles in this hypothetical war. The political chessboard is intricate and ever-changing, with each move capable of causing ripple effects across the globe. Then we delved into the aftermath of such a conflict, the human cost, the economic impact, and the environmental toll. We painted a sobering picture, one that should inspire us to work tirelessly to prevent such a scenario. In the end, this exploration of World War III isn't meant to incite fear, but to encourage understanding and vigilance. While World War III remains a hypothetical scenario, it is a powerful reminder of the importance of diplomacy, cooperation, and peace.